So I was scrolling YouTube the other day, and I realized something. For as many VR reviews as there are, a stupidly small percentage of them are for the concept of full body tracking. There's Tundra reviews, there's Vive Tracker reviews, Slime VR reviews, and whatnot. But nothing ever touches on the feeling, the usage of full body tracking. So here I am, making it all for you. If you're on the fence about getting full body tracking, I hope this can help you, and if not, feel free to ask any questions in the comments or in my Discord server. Link is in the description. So this time we'll start with the negatives to mix things up. Unfortunately, there's only a few games that support full body tracking, and really the only time I find myself putting the trackers on is for VRChat. You also need to buy straps for them and find a comfortable, well-tracked spot. They can sometimes get in the way, and if you cover them with a blanket or your body, they go haywire, at least if they're base station tracked. They're expensive, and some can't even be used without certain things, like Vive trackers and Tundras needing base stations. So if you want a setup of base station trackers and don't have base stations, that can run you up for $650 plus taxes and shipping. That's a lot of money for some optional gear. Then there's the worst part, and this isn't even the tracker's fault. Not a lot of games or apps use full body tracking, and even less use it well. The only two games that work with full body tracking well are VRChat and Blade and Sorcery. And of those two, I only use them in VRChat. Mind you, it is a great experience, but $400 plus is a lot of money for a single app experience. But this isn't about specific trackers. So what's the experience like? First off, just real quick, I'd like to politely ask you to subscribe. 97% of you aren't, and every sub counts, and you can always unsubscribe later if you end up disliking my content. It's free and benefits to both of us. Thank you. Well, it's trippy. Have you ever been in VRChat and come across mirror dwellers? They sit in front of a mirror, looking at themselves, usually with full body tracking. I'm guilty of this, though I always talk to friends while doing so. But I'm not mad at the people who do this. I get it. The feeling of doing actions and having an avatar do those actions almost perfectly in sync is just unexplainable. For a lot of people, it's euphoric, and quite frankly, it's really cool. Anything from dancing to just standing around or sitting down is more fun because it's all what you're really doing. It's honestly kind of addicting. It takes what VRChat is, being anything, anywhere, and kicks it up a notch or 10. Another thing I'm guilty of is roleplay, specifically in worlds like Test Pilots, Nuke Sandbox, and City Worlds. This is a place where full body tracking shines. Instead of having only your upper body tracked, you can have your whole body tracked. And it gets crazy. Instead of having 6-point tracking, HMD, 2 controllers, and 3 trackers, you can do 9 or even 11-point tracking. Of course, something like that would not only be bulky, but would also be incredibly expensive, running an 11-point Vive Tracker 3.0 system an upwards of over $1,000. But it gives incredibly precise tracking, using full body tracking to roleplay as a fighter pilot, a frontline soldier, Master Chief, or your favorite character from your favorite game or show is another level of immersion nothing else has really given me. Most full body trackers are generally light and comfortable, with considerable battery life and are small enough so that you don't really notice them usually. If you use base station based trackers, you can get sub-millimeter tracking quality. Slime VR and other types of tracking is sub-centimeter, and the worst I've seen is sub-inch, which doesn't work well. Still worth trying, though. One time I was in the Black Cat, an area I go in order to find friends, and I decided to try walking up the stairs. And it worked. It was the trippiest thing I have ever done, but it worked. It was like learning how to walk again. One foot in front of the other. Repeat. Don't fall. Eventually, I managed to train myself to get so good, I could jump onto the railing without pressing the jump button. Another example in VRChat is web slinging world. Go ahead, move your legs like Spider-Man. Some VRChat worlds even have a system that recognizes hits and will let you kick enemies. Some worlds are chill and you can sit on your chair and ride that bus to nowhere. That is immersion. Not perfect physics like Boneworks and Bone Lab, maybe occasionally what Half-Life Alyx does, I love you, HLA, but being able to just walk up steps in VR while making it look like you do so, and not just moving forward, it's just crazy. It's crazy. That's the only way I can put it. It's immersive as all hell, and it makes you feel like you're there. The screen door effect and the exterior FOV just melts away, and you feel like you are there. Of course, then there's the fact that, hey, you can show off your dancing skills, or acrobatics, or do a handstand, whatever. Why? Because it's fun! Getting in some random world and just screwing around, having fun, is some of the best times I've ever had in VRChat. More on that in the next video. So overall, after around 8 months of using full body tracking, what do I think of it? I think that full body tracking is an experience like no other that everyone, whether you're into VR or not, should have a go at. I think it's a bit expensive at the moment, but there are certainly ways to get full body tracking for cheaper. I think that if someone asked me what is the #1 accessory for a Steam VR headset, I would say full body trackers. I think that out of all of my reviews on this channel so far, this is the one that I would call my #1 most recommended. The flaws are there, but they're so small that it just may as well be forgotten about. Thanks all for watching this video. I was planning on it being a bit longer, but that's no worry, being that the next video will be practically a whole documentary episode. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video and got to the end, feel free to check out another if you'd like, and make sure to subscribe with the bell to never miss an upload. Thanks all, and I'll see you in the verse.